Welcome back. Welcome back. Just Simply Sports with me. I am Kaja. If you're new here, like, subscribe. Let's get ready to have a kick ass NBA season. Okay. I'm excited. If you're not new here, you've been subscribed. Thank you. I appreciate you for continuing to rock out with me. Let's get into the second night of tip off in the NBA season, and I'm going to go right on to the Milwaukee Bucks. Why? Because I feel like I hear a lot about the East. You hear about playoff Jimmy, and rightfully so. You hear about the Boston Celtics, and of course, the night they had last night, they got the rings and the 29 3-pointers. Like they couldn't miss until like the last last quarter, trying to break the record. But I feel like no one is speaking about Milwaukee. And I said a few weeks ago, last week, Milwaukee, I think if people keep underestimating them, are going to go around and find out, if you will, all right? Because tonight, Dame and Giannis had a wonderful night. The whole team in general played great team ball. I feel like the chemistry is different. But I have not watched the actual highlights. Again, there was so many games tonight, you guys. I was like going back and forth checking the scores. I need a system, a television that allows me to watch all games at the same time because I was like, your girl was getting the headache trying to go back and forth looking at all the different scores and what happened. And nevertheless, I like to wait and watch the highlights with you guys, my Just Simply Sports NBA family. I'm going to play Dame's highlights specifically because I feel like he's not talked about enough and he's been in this game for a hot minute. You know what I mean? I'm going to play it and then we're going to talk about it.
It's Caleb Martin, so
Hey,
KJ goes out.
go
Richard, you
there.
bring another dynamic wing who comes from a disciplined program at the paint. I mean, he is so good in that restricted area.
On that.
Bucks by 2. By the way, Oubre's staying out there with 3 fouls. Lillard gets to the rim. Even Doc Rivers was saying that. Of course, Doc Rivers coached him here in Philadelphia. He's just one of those guys that upbeat, great spirit, everything.
There's just something about, look,
Nice
there's a run by the Bucks. You bring in Kyle Lowry and it just settles them. But right now,
Okay.
Dame Lillard knocks down a 3.
It's what I love about the NBA. It's constant proactivity. How can our game be better?
Lillard, that was easy. Just goes in. A layup.
Oh.
Maurian Prince left wide open.
And how did he jump over?
Milwaukee led by as many as 15. Antetokounmpo double team still gets it to go. He was such a part of that team and their identity. As Lillard drills the three-pointer. His Sixer crowd certainly thinks so. Lillard long distance. Got it! Damian Lillard from way downtown.
We are talking about one of the most
You
lethal
gotta trust the work
shooters
he put
in
in.
history. Brook Lopez makes the right decision. Catch and release before that defender can react.
I love when they show stuff from multiple angles.
Right side of the floor, that's where he does his damage, and it's tough.
Sixers have been down by double figures since late second quarter. Lillard knocks down another 3. Damian Lillard now 5 of 9 from three-point range. He's got 26. 11 of those here in the third quarter. We still have 3 minutes to play. 16-point Bucks lead. Crowd's gone a little quiet as that man continues to nail three-pointers.
Ooh,
His
nice
6th of the night.
screen.
And he's up
Give
to
me 3.
29.
On that. Now, I'm gonna read some stats out, you guys, because stats are important. So Dame obviously led the night for the Bucks with his 30 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. But Giannis was not too far behind, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Bobby Portis, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Brook Lopez, I see Brook Lopez. Okay, I see you. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Torian Prince, a nice pickup from the Lakers, by the way. I see him and Darvin Hammer in Milwaukee. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and Pat Connaughton, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Now, I read all of that because it's not just about Dame and Giannis, and I said this a few days ago on my channel. I feel like they're obviously the leaders of this team, right? And I feel like it's Giannis. Obviously, he's the face of Milwaukee, and then Dame, and I feel like they're gonna go as far as the leaders don't go, I feel like as long as those two are leading the pack, everybody else is going to do their part and they're going to follow, follow them. I love that I'm seeing team chemistry. I love that I feel like they're playing as a team. I feel like they're playing for each other, they're playing with each other. And I feel like that's very important because a lot of times you see teams that are supposed to be teams, but they're rosters. Everyone's playing for themselves, playing for their stats. They're not playing, for the betterment of the team to ensure a win. They're playing to make sure that they win, and they get their money or they get to their bag or they get their stats and they're nominated for all the awards. But it's like your team is losing. So how does that really help? I love that everybody was doing their part. Everyone wanted to ensure that the team had success. Now, Dame specifically, if you follow him on Instagram, he has been very vocal about the amount of work he's put in. If you follow him, you see it, in his stories, maybe posted on his page. You see that he did some things differently. He challenged himself. And I can see that he's focused. I said this a few days ago again. Like, his focus to me is very NBA championship. Like, it's championship or bust. Like, I'm not here to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and then go back home. Like, I get that he's very much focused, and it feels like they have a newly found uh energy, vibe with this team, and I like it. I know it's the first game and they played 76ers without, Paul George, without Joel Embiid, but a win is a win. I'm not going to knock it because the foundation for winning, I feel like, is what's most important. No matter if you have one star or you have two or three and a whole bunch of bench players or role players, no matter what, in order for you to win, I always say it starts at the top. And I feel like, the coaching seems to be in play. I feel like they had last season, they had injuries. Dame had some personal things he was dealing with, but everyone seems to have been rejuvenated over the break, and everybody's back to play and, more importantly, to win. So I like what I'm seeing. I expect them to have a really great season. Again, of course, if everyone stays healthy, nothing happens. Health is always a big thing. Sometimes teams are dominant. They get all the way to the last round, and then someone gets hurt and it's like, oh man, come on. We're seeing that a lot in football. They're like ravished with injuries all across the NFL. You can't even keep up anymore. But nevertheless, I hope that everyone stays healthy. And I'm looking forward to a very, very competitive in-season tournament this season because last time, we were missing John Morant, Milwaukee, I think Giannis was missing or somebody was missing or they weren't missing. They were missing for some parts, but not all of it. I can't even keep up, that was a little while ago. But nevertheless, I'm excited because, teams have leveled up and teams look different, I'm excited to see what happens next. Again, I know it's the first night, so you just got to kind of contain your excitement. But the fan in me, the basketball fan in me, cannot. I'm excited to see what happens next. I look forward to a great season. And I don't know about you guys, but let me know, do you expect the Celtics to run it back, or do you think you're going to take the field? I am going to take the field. I know, don't think I'm crazy or whatever. Don't come for me in the comments, all right? I know that Boston is obviously a wonderful team all the way around. But I just feel like there's something different about Milwaukee for one. I'm never gonna count Miami out because they got them dogs on that side. They're always gonna bring the fight to you, no matter who they have or who they don't have. Who else? Who else is out there? The Knicks, I know they looked awful last night. I'm not gonna even get too much into it, but I feel like they just had those major trades, and I feel like they gotta refine, their chemistry and their cohesiveness. But once they do, with Jalen Brunson leading the pack, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with as well. I'm not going to count them out. I'm not going to count them out just yet. So yeah, I'm going to take the field this season. I'm not going to go for the Celtics to repeat. Although I'm a Jalen Brown fan and I would love to see him do it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Of course, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.